Am I the asshole for shouting at my daughter when she injured her brother? I, 36 female, have a 10-year-old female daughter, has a habit of running through closed doors and flinging them open. What? I've told her many times not to do that because somebody could be on the other side and she could hurt them. Okay, it's a 10-year-old, you're just teaching them to just be safe. She always says sorry, won't do it again, but it appears she forgets that immediately. What you need to start do is punishing her. Like, not like a spanking anything, just like maybe take their toy away for a day. It's just like when you give a I can't remember what the word's called, but it helps them remember, like, oh, if I do this, I will get, my toy taken away for the day. I'll lose my tablet. I'll lose screen time for a day. It's like a reinforcement just to like help them remember. Anyways, yesterday she did it again. Her brother, 7, male, was on the other side. She bashed the door in his face and gave him a nosebleed. They both started to cry and I shouted at her, "This is why I keep telling you not to do that," before tending to her brother. I went to talk to her about it. I made sure my son was okay and said I didn't mean to raise my voice like that. I was just worried about her brother. I apologized for shouting. Good for you. And now she has seen what could happen. Hopefully she will remember in the future. She agreed, we hugged, but my husband said afterwards it was unfair of me to shout at her when clearly she was already very upset about what happened. I mean, there's definitely better ways to handle this, but I don't think it was unfair. I think you were just in a state of shock too, because you did apologize. It's one thing to, do something, but then apologize, recognize your behavior, and be better. But it's another thing to do that and not give a shit. So I credit you for apologizing, because a lot of parents don't do that nowadays. We both do our best to not shout at our children because it's scary. Yeah, because that poor little girl was probably very fucking scared. Like, she saw her brother hurt and she was more scared because you yell at her, so I can understand that. I was often shouted as a kid, and whenever I shout, I feel terrified. I'm very guilty of this, but I never want that to be the cause of my daughter's distress. Am I the asshole? I don't know. I don't think you are, but you really should be reinforcing bad behavior, not letting it slide. Like, I understand it's one thing to be like, hey, don't slam the doors open, don't leave the fridge door open. It's one thing to just tell a child over and over and over not to do something when it's harmless, like, for example, leaving the fridge door open. It's another thing to do that same thing when it's something that can really hurt somebody. You really should have been more, you should have been more aggressive earlier in the behavior, telling your kid, hey, don't slam doors or you're gonna lose screen time, and then actually act on that to help her. It sounds like you kind of just brushed it off every time. Top comment: not the asshole, you handled it perfectly. It's not going to kill a kid to be yelled at once in a while. You shouted her regarding the very lesson you were trying to teach her for your ages, and immediate response to it. Once everything was calm, you apologized, explained for raising your voice. There is a huge difference between constant shouting and where shouting is put down at the child, saying awful things to them, and occasional raising your voice is warrant for a child's behavior. I think this is just a matter of parenting styles, because I know that there are many different kinds of parenting styles, such as traditional parenting styles, which is spanking or yelling, which is this. And then there's gentle parenting, there's negotiative parenting. I think this is just a matter of everybody's own styling preference, because there's a ton of different parenting styles. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do not like shouting, and I don't like spanking. I don't like any of that, because I feel like it creates anxiety at the child at a young age. So I don't necessarily agree with that. But I also understand why you did it. You were scared. You've repeated yourself 100 times, but you apologized. You settled the situation and you move forward. But I don't know. I don't have an answer for this one because, like I said, everybody has different parenting styles. So some people would think that you did what you did was okay. Some people don't. And personally, I don't agree with this, but I also don't think you're the asshole either. You know? So a lot of people are saying she isn't the asshole and she handled it perfectly. But again, I think it's just a preference of parenting styles. What do you guys think? Comment below.